Yo, what's up, Shane Elemental Gamer, back with that episode DUSCAE demo. This is my last Let's Play of the day, so I'm just going to use it to fuck around and share my thoughts on the game. So like I said, Final Fantasy is my favorite game franchise. Ever since I was 11, you know, I got into Final Fantasy after playing Kingdom Hearts, the original on PS2, and I started off with Final Fantasy X, loved it, and then moved on from there. You know, playing almost every single Final Fantasy. Let me just run down the Final Fantasies I've played and completed. You know, I'm just say the ones that I've played. I've played 1, 2. I haven't played 3. I've played 4, 5. I've played 6. I've played 7. I've played 8. I've played 9. I've played 10. I've played 10-2. I haven't played 11. I've played 12. I've played 13, and I've played 14 on Realm Reborn. And I'm playing the Final Fantasy 15 demo now, so I'm a pretty hardcore Final Fantasy fan. 12 was the last great single-player driven Final Fantasy, in my opinion. I know a lot of people have their own personal favorite Final Fantasies. Like, let me just share an example. Like, I remember I was at Sleepaway Camp once, and there was a little kid there. Like, we used to play Naruto all the time, and we was like the best. You know, I was like, what, 15 years old then, and you know, I was 15 years old and I was playing with these other dudes at Sleepaway Camp playing Naruto, the fighting game on GameCube. I think it was Clash of Ninja 2 or something. And this dude was like, you know, he plays Final Fantasy Tactics. He's like, yo, my son, what's the dude's name from Tactics? I forgot his name. But he's like, yo, oh yeah, Ramza. He's like, yo, my son Ramza. I was like, I don't know who that is. I didn't play Tactics until like the PSP version, the War of the Lions version. I played the shit out of that on my PSP back in like 2008, and I liked it. It's an absolute classic, obviously, but the kid didn't like Final Fantasy 9, and he persuaded me into not liking it. But later on, I met up with this dude
Sometimes I
through
wonder
another
if
friend
we'll
of
ever
mine.
sit inside that beautiful
You know,
car again.
Sitting most of the day
it was like some time back,
nice.
and
Napping
this dude was into
even
Final
better.
Fantasy 2, and Final Fantasy 9 was his favorite. So I'm like, you know, everybody has their own favorite and non-favorite. Like, everybody has their own favorite Final Fantasy and the ones that they don't like. Like, the dude who I was talking about, he likes 9. That's his favorite. But he doesn't like Final Fantasy 12. And I consider Final Fantasy 12 to be one of the best. I have another friend of mine, his favorite is Final Fantasy 8. But I was on YouTube watching a dude just... he was ranting on Final Fantasy 8 and how bad it was and tearing it a new asshole, and most of his remarks didn't make sense. Like in Final Fantasy 8, you're supposed to basically draw out magic instead of using MP. So your magic are basically like items, and you stock them. But he was like, oh, you gotta spend hours just doing this at the start, and you don't really have to do that. And I was just like, he makes no sense. But Final Fantasy 8 I liked for the story and characters. You know, the gameplay was disjointed, but the story and all that other stuff was great. The world was great. But yeah, there's another dude on YouTube. He doesn't like Final Fantasy X, and Final Fantasy X is my personal favorite because it's my first, and it still holds up. You know, even though the gameplay, you know, it has random battles and turn-based combat, but you know, it's still fun. But yeah, I mean, I thought 12 was also, it's like a close second to my favorite because I put in like over 120 hours on 12, Final Fantasy 12. I put in over 100 hours on Final Fantasy 12, and I used to skip school to go play that game. So I loved it that much. I love the real-time combat. You know, you pick out commands. It wasn't action-based, it was command-based. So you pick out commands, but the whole world was huge. You know, it was real-time. You fight whatever you saw. You know, you did exploration. The gambit system I like because you can set up strategies that are automated. You know, like I would have like the main character Vaughn, like his strategy would be steal from enemies at the start of every battle, and then like every other party member would just back him up and just they would just fuck shit up with their spells and shit. So I used to steal the items and just sell them for money in Final Fantasy 12, and you know, I could afford anything. But yeah, like I said, I love Final Fantasy, and everybody has their own personal favorite, mine being 10. And I have high hopes for 15. It's a step in the right direction. I'm loving the open world. I'm loving the action-based combat. I'm just hoping they deliver. And if they can deliver, they can definitely build on it. But anyways, that's all I had to say, folks. Please like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Until next Let's Play.